So hello, yeah, I want to use this platform to talk about Bill Gates. I know a lot of people are exposing lots of the links to do with the pandemic. So what we know so far, I think, is that not only has he involved himself and organised a test run for the a pandemic just months before, involving all the agencies. He also has a patent for the coronavirus vaccine, along with the Purbright Institute, which he funds the agency who declares a pandemic, which is the World Health Organization. He's the biggest funder. He invests in all the technology and the diagnostics and vaccines and everything that's going to make billions from this pandemic. So I think exposing foreknowledge and conflicts of interest, or rather corruption, is something that needs to be done by citizen journalists, given that mainstream media is bought and paid for and has been used to spread lies in the past. You've only got to look at the media's part in the fake story about weapons of mass destruction and the death of millions of people that came from that to see fake news at its finest. So I think it's for that reason that I think that it's vital that we track and expose information that points to suspicious events showing foreknowledge of the pandemic, which justifies it being renamed as the plandemic. So a rapid diagnostics test for coronavirus that takes 10 minutes is awaiting approval from the World Health Organization, and it was created by a UK company backed by the Gates Foundation called Mologic. Mologic got £1 million from the UK government, as well as a £4.8 million grant from the Gates Foundation to create a new rapid diagnostic platform called CARD. Now this was announced on the 3rd of January, which was just 3 days after we first heard of coronavirus from World Health Organization. And not only is Mologic involved with Gates and the government, but there's also the fact that they are partners with Imperial College. So we know Imperial College are the ones behind the models that are claiming that all this is the truth and nothing but the truth, so which has already been proven to be totally over exaggerated and false. So we can see how these people have got vested interests. It's also noteworthy that the test has to be validated by certain laboratories, and one of them, which is going to be testing it, is the Wuhan laboratory. The medical director for Mologic is a former program officer at the Gates Foundation, and his job was to basically advance the Gates Foundation's portfolio and his linking other vaccine manufacturers and disease control institutes, including World Health Organization's collaborating centre in Dakar in Senegal. So now, as a Mologic director, he's teaming up with the same World Health Organization collaborating lab in Senegal under Dr. Saul, who to manufacture these 10-minute tests. So Dr. Saul is also a director of one of the World Health Organization's departments. So in effect, Mologic are going to produce test kits in collaboration with the World Health Organization Collaborating Centre, whilst waiting for approval from World Health Organization. The chief scientific officer and co-founder of Mologic, his name's Paul Davis, he's the one who's leading the Centre for Advanced Rapid Diagnosis that's been funded by Gates. So to just put that into perspective, that just one company, Mologic, which stands to make billions of pounds out of this testing for this so-called virus, right? And it's got links to every player involved from the onset, including Wuhan lab, Bill Gates, UK government, Imperial College, and obviously they're all awaiting the approval of the WHO, who is also funded by Bill Gates, who's his biggest funder. The corruption is astronomical, and yet it's not even mentioned by the media. And all of the aforementioned are all also linked to vaccination production, including Imperial College, who just created a new manufacturing for vaccines just a week prior, for profit, a week prior to these announcements. And as we know, a platform for rapid diagnostics would have been planned well in advance of when it was actually announced on the 3rd of January. I think the timing is crucial to be looking into. Also, a bill that was introduced into the House in America, which makes claims for contact tracing, was also Bill 6666, apparently. So a recently passed bill, but it was introduced into the House on the 5th of January, which was only 5 days after World Health Organization even mentioned anything about the virus. So it's not possible for them to have known at that stage that they needed to put in bills so that they could go and do tracing of people who they claim have got the virus. And now we know how inadequate the tests already are, even the PCR tests. So UK government stating that they're putting testing centres manned by the army all around the UK. If they get their hands on tests that'll take 10 minutes, won't matter if you've got false positives or whatever. You know, they're going to put into action what plans they've rolled out with this new corona bill, which gives them powers to do whatever they wish. Basically, they can take you away, lock you up, tell you to go home, do whatever. Okay, so this is what we're going to be expecting to see from these testing kits. So to try and counteract the brainwashing that's going on at the moment, myself and others are putting together a leaflet that we're going to hopefully put all the bullet points of everything to do with this faked pandemic, and also ask other websites to share the link to it so that everyone everywhere can just download this link with these leaflets and share in their communities. You can see my past videos where I've shown imagery of this event happening in ceremonies that are watched by millions. And this caught my eye as well the other day, where it was a flashing image on the 2012 ceremony, which shows an Asian woman, and in the background is animal cages with Chinese lanterns on them being pulled by animals with a keep net, which is for fish. So it can only be trying to depict an Asian wet market. So why is that in the middle of a Olympic ceremony? That's it from me. Till next time, Annie Logical. See you later.